Hi everyone. I have here another computer running inside my computer, or shall we say, we can see it in my screen. This is one computer at home, and I tried to remote desktop it, and the name of this computer is TVPC, wherein I'm using this to watch TV programs over the internet. So here is the location of this TV. Remote desktop is very powerful tool that we could use as PC hobbyists. And actually, I have here a shortcut of another remote control. And this time, this is not a computer within my home, but it is a computer at work, few miles away from home, and I'm connecting it over the internet. And actually, I left my computer a while ago with another server running inside that computer. So here's my email through Outlook, and these are some of the programs and shortcuts that I have. Now I'm going to close this down, and let's see. Going back to the purpose of this videos, that today we are going to continue observing the VMware Workstation 10 we installed recently in my computer. And we are going to configure if this is possible to be remotely controlled like desktop. And so I'm going to show you how to configure. Well, as I've said before, this is for beginner PC hobbyists, and if you are already an expert to computing, then this is not for you. Now, here's the workstation, and I have already opened the Windows 8.1 professional we installed recently. To start with, so that it will be accessible, it's either you need to know the PC name like this, VMware, or the IP address of your computer. And if you're going to open the network and sharing center, you can see here change adapter setting, and under adapter setting you will see the adapter, and go to status, and then click details, and this is your IP address. Now I'm using the IPv4 address. I am not using this IPv6 yet, but I'm using IPv4. Now write this down, and you will be needing this, or you will be needing the PC name of your computer for remote desktop, this one. Now we are already on the properties of your computer. Right click your computer icon, go to properties, and under this properties, if you are using Windows 8 or Windows 8.1 or Windows 7, you will see a remote setting here. Click that one. Now, as a default, it says under remote desktop, don't allow remote connection to this computer. Now you're going to click allow remote connection to this computer. And here is another option down below for Windows 8 and Windows 7. It says, allow connection only from computers running remote desktop with network level authentication. It is recommended. But for the sake of observation, I'm going to unclick this one, but only allow remote connection on this computer. And here, there's a box in here that you can click and see it's open, but administrator groups can remote connect to this computer. Well, if you are a user of this computer, as an administrator, yes, you can. But if it is not, then you are not, unless you will create a special, how do I say it, a special option in here. Like for instance, this one, if this is not administration, go to properties under computer management, and then select the members option. And you are going to add another capability of as a user by clicking that option and choosing, let's see, remote desktop user. So you can click that and then add. There you go, remote desktop. Now, even though you are not an administrator, since you added an option in your account to become a remote desktop user, then you can remote desktop your PC anywhere you are. Now, or I can add users in here to make sure that I could log in as a user. No, my username is Joe. So I'll just add it and then click on it. Now I'm added as a user of remote desktop. Now, how are you going to do it? How are you going to use it? Now, just try to remember this. I'm going to open a notepad in here, notepad, and write down remote desktop testing. Alright, I'm going to enlarge the font of this and see if we can still see this later on. Now, I'm going to minimize, and then on the address bar down below, I'm going to run the program for remote desktop. Just run mstsc like that, click enter, and then it will give you this. Now, what was the IP address again a while ago? You are going to write the IP address of the PC you're going to remote desktop right here. Now, I'm going to write it down, 192.168.241.128. Now I'm going to connect, and it asks for my password. I'm going to apply it. Voila! There you go. I was able to sign in, and you can see the notepad where I wrote a while ago, remote desktop. In here, now I am running the installed Windows 8 running inside my computer and connect it over remote desktop. Now, only one user is allowed in here. Let's see what happened to the VMware Workstation. Well, it locked up like this, and it says sign in remotely from This is the PC name ideas. Well, what can I say, folks? I would say thanks much for your patience of watching this simple video. Shalom.